Is all because of this. Our breaking news this morning, a second night of chaos and destruction in the city of Kenosha.
And that curfew is still in effect until 7 this morning. What happened, though, in this cell phone video sparking it all. Police in Kenosha shot a black man, Jacob Blake, on Sunday. On Monday evening, Blake was in stable condition at the hospital. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is leading this investigation. We know that the officers involved are placed on administrative leave, but in response, we have seen citywide protests that turned violent overnight. Officers in riot gear were brought in after the door to the Kenosha Public Safety Building was broken off by crowds just trying to gain access.
And it only got more heated from there, especially overnight. Cassidy Williams joins us live with what we saw overnight and what's left this morning.
Well, things at least for now have quieted down, especially when it started raining about an hour ago. But you can see from the debris just all over in front of the courthouse kind of just how many people were out. I talked to some of the crews who were here all throughout the night saying a lot of debris was thrown. They saw bricks being thrown by some of the protesters, and the police in riot gear have left. But you can see the door is open. They are keeping a watch from inside of the courthouse. They went inside once the thunder began, and this really all started to get tense right around 8 when that curfew was set to go into place. Police began deploying tear gas and smoke as protesters lit fireworks in the park across from the officers in riot gear. Another garbage truck was set on fire that was being used to try to stop traffic. Then around midnight, not far from the courthouse, fires were set to multiple buildings near 11th and 60th. Neighbors tell us at least one mattress store was burned down, and a Kenosha parole office was also set on fire. Heavy smoke and high flames could be seen for several blocks. And then about an hour later, there was another fire set near Roosevelt Road and 22nd Avenue. Flames were shooting out of the top of a 2-story brick building. Firefighters were able to put out the blaze about 40 minutes later, but it looks like the 2 storefronts where the fire was located were destroyed. It's unclear the extent of the damage to the rest of the buildings. We'll get a better look at that damage once the sun comes up, but at least for now, it is quiet in Kenosha. Live in Kenosha, Cassidy Williams, Fox 6 News.
Cassidy, thank you. In Madison, we are also learning overnight protests that turned violent on those city streets. According to Madison police, about 500 protesters marched downtown over the shooting of Jacob Blake. They say it started as a peaceful march, but as the group grew, some of the crowd began engaging in destructive behavior, starting dumpster fires, breaking windows in businesses, and even some looting. Police say protesters also threw rocks and bottles at officers, and they responded with tear gas.